this is JilliBling. I have another project using Peaceful Evergreens bundle. So here it is. Can you see all these snowflakes on here? Just a little something on the inside. So this card I think would be very easy to reproduce a whole bunch for your Christmas card. Because there's no coloring, there's no fussy cutting. There's a lot of applying flat little snowflakes. Put it at an angle. Maybe you could see the snowflakes better because it's kind of white on white. Hold on. Roomba is good, but she's noisy. She's going away here in just a minute. So I'll be using Greetings of the Season. There it is. Greetings of the Season bundle, which is lovely words and the dies, brand new. And also Peaceful Season dies, which is for the Christmas. And I think this one here is from Peaceful Season too. And then Peaceful Evergreens for cutting out the trees. And here is Peaceful Evergreens. It's this stamp here. And I plan on doing 3 projects. I've already done one of them. I'll show you. The next one, the last one, number 3, will be in navy, white, and silver. I can't wait to do that one too. But this one I really wanted to play with. Did you notice that little bow? That's made out of cardstock, cherry cobbler cardstock. So we'll do that today too. I've seen other times where people have made bows from paper. I was like, oh, okay. But this one came with the bundle, so I gave it a try, and I love it. I mean, we all have cardstock that perfectly matches our cards. So we'll do that here in just a minute. So this is project number 2. And this is project number 1, the first one. Kind of monochromatic, little sparkly, elegant faceted gems, iridescent faceted gems. Sparkly paper. This is using the pearlized enamel effects that comes in a 3-pack, and then the same for here on the tree. And when I did the video, the pearlized effects wasn't coming out, and I kept squeezing really hard, and then all of a sudden, poof, but that ended up right here. Perfect place, but just a little faux pas. So that's project number 1. Project number 2, let's get started with this. So I'll be using white paper to stamp the trees. This paper is from, I think it's called Country Woods, and it's all wood grain paper. So I took the tag off. It's Country Woods designer paper, and look at all these different prints in it. And I wanted a print that was deep in cool tones, because see how these are a little bit warmer in the yellows and maybe a bit of peach orange hue. But this one works perfect for today's project, which is using, or that's Pebbled Path. And I think this works really well with that. Pretty peacock, and the paper cut sizes are in the video description, along with a list of products used to make this card, plus the other 2 cards. So this one, maybe I'll just call it the Peacock Trees card. So Peaceful Evergreens is in the mini catalog on page 24 and 25, and it's part of a product suite. So somebody the other day asked me, what's the difference between a product suite and a bundle, besides the price? The product suite, so here's just ideas. Suites. The product suite includes everything included. Those are just more samples. Everything included on, see right here how it says suite collection, 154, but it includes everything on this page. So it includes words bundle, trees bundle, the embossing folder, gems, and beautiful paper. Or you could just get it as this bundle, or you could get just the words. You could do it however you like to do it. This is another bundle. It certainly is pretty though. And this went with the winterly treetops, the little bird bundle. Nests of Winter. And I pulled it out just for this wood grain birch type paper. Originally I had the card going up and down, but my elements didn't fit very good, and I kind of like it going landscape instead. And I especially like all these little snowflakes. I don't know why, but they float my boat. Bring me joy. Okay, and you know, I don't know that the red bow should have a snowflake right there in the top of it. When I put it there, it's like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Then I came back, it's like, well, why do I have a snowflake right there? But then I decided, oh, it's so cute, so it just remained there. I'll probably do it again, maybe a little one this time. Okay, let's get started on this. So pretty peacock paper, and you know, I know everyone does trees in mossy meadow, which is a true fit, a good fit. That's what color evergreens are. Or old olive is nice too. Probably no bright granny apple green. But I tried to take it more to like the blue spruce tone. And when I laid the pretty peacock with the pebbled path, it's like, oh, that's a beautiful fit. Nice combo. Okay, and this just gets stuck down flat, just because the rest of the card, everything will have at least, or a lot of dimensionals on it. The bow will have in one place 2 dimensionals, the trees will have a dimensional, so this just gets flat. And this is inside paper. Okay, so I have over here white loose snowflakes, item number 164128. A whole bunch in there. We'll be using this die for the paper. And Christmas is 2-step stamping. I have these all cut out ready to go, so I think if I pull those out, it might be easier to see. And everything is conveniently on the embossing folder. So here is the die to put the trees on. And this little dot came from right here. So this could easily be a tag. You could like emboss in silver or in gold, season's greetings. And then just on the back of it write to and from. Does this set come with that? I bet you it does, because that's a die from it. Look at this. To, from, season's greetings. You can make a whole bunch of tags, because any size you want. Yeah. Okay, back on task. But because I'm using this just as like a platform for the evergreens, I'm keeping the little dot to fill in. And when you look at this, I don't want to disrupt my little die cut pieces. Right there is where the little dot is. And I just wanted to fill it in because I didn't want to see the white designer paper through the label. So we'll do that. This is the pieces, and there's 4 pieces here. There's the bottom part of the bow, the knot, and the 2 sides for the wraparound bow. Then here is Christmas. The shadow piece is done in pebbled path. The delicate words, the detailed words are done in cherry cobbler. And this little piece of paper has the dot for the eye in it. And then this is what the bow goes on. Okay, so let's start building this. I want to start with this one. Put this on here, and you can hardly see the hole, but I still want to cover it up. So I'll start with putting dimensionals on the back of my evergreens, just because the fit is a little bit tight when you put the bow on that banner. And I had planned on putting Mary, the word Mary on there, but I just set the bow, or the bow just happened to fall there by accident. It's like, I kind of like it. And I'm not sure that it's right, because the word Mary would be really cute on the front, but I like how it turned out, so we're just gonna stick with it. But you could use, from that stamp set, you could use any of those words in front of Christmas. Because I wonder if some of these, I know that all of these block words, letters, would fit, but probably not the double. But the set is so versatile. Okay, so this is going to go on here. And I wanted to see the treetops. At first I had it higher and I was going to put Christmas down here. But because there's the white background, you kind of lose it. When you put the evergreens right here on the label, I think they stand out. I might even put it lower. I think they stand out a little bit more. So there's just a little bit of a border. But look how nice the tops of the trees stand out. So this is going to go here in just a minute. But first I have to put the label and the bow up here and the Christmas there. So let's start with Christmas. Oh, and you know, this, because it's in, I know the eye, where's the eye going to go? Oh, it's not going to work this time. Sometimes when you, well, this might work. So this is for Pebbled Path, already cut out. But if you were to punch this little dot for your eye out, you'd be like, okay, which direction, what angle? Because it's a bit like a triangle. And probably any way you do it would be just fine. But I found if the words are still wedged into here, you can lay this on top. And then with your pokey, poke right through the hole, you get this perfectly aligned. So I'm still going to try that by putting a little glue dot right there, getting this back in place. Somehow I thought it'd be a little bit easier. Stay in place, little dot. There it is. Yeah, this is probably more challenging than it's worth. Okay. If it's still wedged in there, you're golden. Otherwise, like that, and glue, you could shift it around. But at least it's the right angle. Okay, and then to finish up putting Christmas on, I'm going to apply glue only to half of it, and then I'll put glue on the second half after the first half dries. And I'm going to keep putting glue on until I come to a point that's really thin, and like right here, that's easy to bend for when I do the second half. But for now, so if I get all these letters lined up in their little spot, then I know it's on straight. Okay, so I'll let that first half dry. Where's my little, this dot right here? I'm gonna keep that. Okay, let's do the bow. The bow is, I haven't done one of these before, and I know Stampin' Up! Has come out with dies to do this. As a matter of fact, in the catalog, there is a whole bundle based on making, where's that catalog? Did I put it away? No. It's based on making, I know it's right down here, on making bows. Just out of it, here it is. So, this one is called Take a Bow Bundle. So, the bundle comes with designer paper and dies. And you're like, those are just strips. Yeah. But after we make this bow, you could see, oh my, I can make like one of the real bows. Oh, imagine making this like out of iridescent or shimmery paper, or like the glimmer sparkle paper. So these, it looks like you just do a figure 8 and you keep piling them up. $44.50. That's not bad. The dies themselves are $37. And these are great prints. Still thinking about shimmery though. I like shimmery. Okay, so the other pieces are this for the little tails, this square for the top of the knot in the center of the bow. Whereas that little hole, Stampin' Up! Always conveniently gives us a hole to pop the item out. There it is. And one more of these. Done with that. Okay. So to build the bow, I'll start out by putting a little glue right here. And attaching these. Going to just let it dry. And in the meantime, I will attach the second part of the Christmas. So the Christmas, this part got all lined up. This part, I didn't stick down the first part until I knew that this would fit. And now, you're like, don't bend it. But because the paper is so thin right there, if I bend it, I don't think anyone will know. And it sure makes it convenient for attaching these two words. I'm trying to get it on the tips of the letters. I really don't want drops of glue because I know that they might smush out. I want more of a swoosh, a streak of a glue, which is kind of thin and it'll dry quicker. Okay, so I'm going to put this in place. I'm going to focus mostly on the S, because if the S is in place, everything else will fall right in line. Okay, that looks good. Okay, the glue will dry clear. Dry. Okay, so this is probably good for now. So I'm going to take my bone folder, curve these downward, just a little bit. So they're curved downward, and I'm going to put glue here. Not too thick, otherwise it'll take a long time to dry, and you will be stuck holding the bow. Then I'll put glue right here, because it's going to go underneath where my thumb is in just a minute, or a few seconds. Hold it down right over that circle. Okay, so those get to attach. Then I'm going to put it on. I could probably, oh, I want to keep that. I was going to say I could put the embossing folder away, but it's acting as a nice little, nice little table right now to hold pieces. Okay, that's good. And if your sides aren't perfectly rounded, like this one rounded really nice. This one's a little bit more bent. In the end, it's going to end up looking more like this, just because. And after you mail it, it'll probably be all the way flat, but that's okay. We're starting out good. So this is going to go in here. So I'm thinking glue on here, and then a dimensional underneath. That's what I did on this one. And the reason for the hesitation was, what if I put the dimensional, the mini dimensional right there, and then the tails on? Because that would imply this is a big old knot here in the middle, but I don't know that it makes that much difference, so I'm going to go with what I know. So when I flip this over, the top part of the bow is square and it just fits in there just fine. Okay, and then for that little square to be the top part of the knot, Oh, the glue isn't coming out. This is reminiscent of yesterday when I had that pearlize effect. I just kept squeezing and nothing was coming out, so I squeezed harder and then it went kind of embarrassing. To put this on, because these are raised, let me try, see if this helps out. Oh, that's nice. But because it's raised, it's not sticking into the glue. I have to push it a little bit. I hear something out in the front. The dog doesn't hear it. So now this is going to go on to, oh, UPS. Maybe they're delivering me Stampin' Up. Okay, so that will go there. And I'm going to put glue right here and right here so it could stick to the Pebbled Path little banner. Ooh, finger in the glue. Right in the middle. Okay, so that is pretty much done. So look at these little cuts in the die, which are great for detail. But when I attach it to the card, I'm going to put dimensionals on the underside of like the center part and then glue on these little ribbon flag type things. So I could do that now. Okay, here's the card base. So this will go at the top, kind of way up at the top. Make sure it's centered. That looks pretty good. So these pieces at the ends are going down flat with the glue, and there's dimensionals underneath the center part. This is going to go here. This time, maybe I'll have the ribbon go over, no, because trees are the focal point. And then Christmas goes right down here, and that goes flat. Right in the middle. See, there's not much room, because this is almost there, that's almost there. Okay, so now I'll put this right in the middle. That's why I went on last, is because the fitting, the alignment of these elements is kind of tight. To get in the middle, okay, so now the hole is a little bit obvious. So just do a dot of glue. Take this little perfectly matching, perfectly sized piece, put it into there. Maybe. Let go. Okay. So these can go, that one is held down by that evergreen. I didn't do that very good. Okay. So next is to put on the little snowflakes. So I like how they show up when they're on the banner. When they're on the designer paper, they're a little bit quiet. You can't really see them unless you have it right at the right angle. And it does look a little bit naked without them up here. So this one will get a little one this time. So a little, and do it in an odd number. I'll do 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe over this, 8, 9, 10, 11. These two are going to be hard to find, but I got it. And it seems that the snowflakes come in 2 sizes. There's 1. Those are the ones that are going to be hard to, so I'll make those big ones. And oop, I haven't seen a flawed one. That one is a partial snowflake. No snowflakes are alike. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's another partial. 8, 9, 10, 1, a little one, 11. Oh, okay, and there's going to be more on the inside. Okay, so for the inside is kind of easy. It is just lots of stamping with that same evergreen stamp, and then the words. So finally I could put this away, get the papers out. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Cherry Cobbler, way up at the top. Oop. My tablet thought I was talking to her. It looks a little splotchy down there. I'll try one more time, but might come back to that one. It looks splotchier. You know, if ever you have a brand new set and it does that seat right down here at of, sometimes what you need to do, I'm not going to redo it, but just as a PYA, PSA, if you take it and put your cleaner on here, clean it, because the stamps, when they're made, they have a little bit of a shine from the factory, and if you give it a good clean, many times that will take off whatever that shine is, and then the ink is better able to stick to the polymer. So it should work good. Everyone has scratch paper. Maybe I need to clean it one more time, or it was still wet. There we go, that's better. so you can see a little bit of a difference. This one down here, I'm looking at the O and the T. This one is a little bit splotchy. This one is solid. Ooh. Okay, so the rest is just the trees. The trees are stamped first, second, and third generation. So I'll start out right here, and my whole stamp is on the paper, and then I'll just shift a little bit and then shift a little bit more. So when you're doing this, which I'm sure many of you have found out the hard way, keep in mind that this one here, this last tree is off the paper. You know, some of you are like, I know what you're saying. I know where you're going with that. But let me show you a good, bad example. So here's my good, bad example. So if you stamp on here and say, oh, okay, do second generation, and notice how these two trees are off. If you go to put these two trees on now as a second generation, well, it's not so obvious with this one, but this is darker than the rest of them. Do I have a better stamp to show you? And if you're just aware of it, it won't be any problem. But if you're a new stamper and you haven't, this one I'm choosing it because it's a little bit more bold, so it's going to be obvious. The label isn't on, but that's okay. So if you were stamping it, pretend like this is a trees, full strength, and half of it's off the paper. And then when you go to do second strength, you need to continue more off the paper, because if you went more on the paper for second strength, that part there is full strength. See, this one isn't showing very good either. Now I'm determined to do it. There, there. See how it leaves that heavy line? And you don't want that. So I guess a rule of thumb is go more, see, I can't even say right or left, go more off the paper each generation. Yeah, that's a good summary. Okay, so I'm going to go here. It's not very much on the paper, and I'll do a little bit here. I just want second strength, so stamp off. Got distracted in my trying to explain it. Down at the bottom it doesn't matter, because that's just plethora of trees. Maybe some right up here, but really light, like they're way off in the fog. That's two stamp off. Ooh, this one has lots of trees. Okay, okay, I'm getting carried away. Okay, so now it's time for snowflakes. I see a little dot right there, not quite sure why, so that will definitely be a snowflake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And just a note, when you're putting liquid glue onto colored inked cardstock or the paper, like right here I have a dot. I think somewhere else I have a dot that's on the ink. It's fine to do that, but the ink kind of smears, and if you don't put your embellishment over the top of it, it kind of doesn't look very good. I'll pause for just a minute so you could see this one start to dry, and then you'll say, oh, yeah. Because the glue gets into the ink and they become one, and then it makes your ink smear. Little one, do a big one up here. I see quite a few partials in here. That's interesting. Oops, see, that's another partial. I have partial snowflakes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. It's somewhere good. Good thing I counted them. Okay, I'll find it here in a minute. So what I was talking about with the glue, so there's a dot of glue right here, and you could probably see the puddle of Pretty Peacock ink around the outside of it. Because I'm going to cover it up with a snowflake, no big deal. This one here, I don't know if you could see it, but it's just a puddle of Pretty Peacock blob. But because I'm going to cover it, that's fine. Then I'll cover this one too. The big snowflake. Okay, but there's one more. It's a mystery. It's like an Easter egg hunt. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It'd be logical for it to be down here, right there. That one picked up a little bit of the Pretty Peacock at the bottom of the glue blob right there. Waited too long, it dried. Okay, so that's good. Done with snowflakes for now. I know I'll be using more of these because I really like them. Some of them are thin. Like this one is really thin, almost paper thin. And I had one earlier today. I put it back in there, or maybe I even threw it away. Well, this is like deja vu. The glue is not coming out. But I know that this thing won't do that big old blob. But yeah, some of the snowflakes are real thick. Okay, do it right. I was just using it. How did it get so jammed up? Oh, I might have to deal with this later. That is just funny. There it is. Okay. This goes inside the card. There's no ribbon other than our paper bow, and there's no sparkly bling. There's just snowflake bling. Okay, so that is it for today's project. I hope you like it. Leave me a comment. I always love to see and respond to your comments. Okay, thanks. Have a great day.